Minister that member has been in this Liberal government for 10 years, and he says that he's new, making the same promises.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, tomorrow will be the 10th costly Liberal budget after they doubled housing costs, doubled food bank lineups, and doubled the national debt. Now they're making exactly the same costly promises. And the Prime Minister says Canadians who can't afford to eat, heat, or house themselves need to make more, quote, sacrifices. The choice for us is simple. If a budget brings down the cost of living, we'll support it. If it brings up the cost of living, just like every other Liberal budget, we will vote no. So instead of trying to provoke a costly election on a costly budget, why not an affordable budget for an affordable life?
The Honourable Government House Leader.
Well, Mr. Speaker, you know, obviously we've listened attentively to what the opposition have to say, and I think I just heard good news. The Leader of the Opposition saying that he's going to order his troops and himself, and they'll walk in here and support this great, affordable, Liberal budget that's coming down tomorrow, a budget that brings down taxes for Canadians, a budget that brings down taxes and GST for first-time homebuyers, a budget that makes life more affordable and creates opportunities for young people all over this country, a generational budget, and a budget that I know will be glad to have the support of the Leader of the Opposition.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, they've been making those promises for the last 9 Liberal budgets, which doubled housing costs and drove 2.2 million people to the food bank because of higher grocery prices. So if he wants to take ideas for an affordable budget, an affordable life, here's one. There's the Liberal industrial carbon tax, which applies to the steel, cement, and other inputs to build homes. And it applies to the farmers and their fertilizer and equipment. So will the Prime Minister, instead of provoking an unnecessary election, get rid of the industrial carbon tax so we can bring down food and housing costs?
The Honourable Government House Leader.
Well, Mr. Speaker, it was going so well up to now. We still have hope, though, that this Leader of the Opposition won't want to send Canadians, including our great farmers, to the polls over the Christmas season. The Leader continues to bring up these imaginary taxes. We'd be happy to explain to him once again that farmers in this country are mostly exempt from any of those industrial carbon taxes, Mr. Speaker. The budget will be affordable. The budget will be great. The budget will build this country and build opportunities for farmers, for young people, and all Canadians.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, he's got to get his story straight. First, he started his answer by saying there is no industrial carbon tax, and then he finished it by saying the industrial carbon tax is great and doesn't cost anybody any money. He's got to decide which it is. Here's how it works for a Prime Minister who doesn't understand that Canadians need steel. The industrial carbon tax on steel, cement, plastic, and other inputs raises the cost of building homes. The tax on farm equipment and fertilizer raises the cost of food. So if they want an affordable budget for an affordable life, why not scrap this industrial carbon tax on food and homes?
The Honourable Secretary of State for Financial Institutions.
Mr. Speaker, earlier this year, Canadians elected a new government with a strong mandate to build the strongest economy in G7. Tomorrow, we will table a generational budget, Mr. Speaker. We will invest less in government operations so we can invest more in Canada. We will build Canada. We will invest in Canadians. We will invest across this country from coast to coast to coast and build the strongest economy in the G7. It's time for the Leader and his party to stop the rhetoric. Join us. Support this budget. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Minister that member has been in this Liberal government for 10 years, and he says that he's new, making the same promises that deficits will result in investment. Well, the last time the current finance minister promised that, what we saw is that investment dropped more than at any time in Canadian history, more than any other G7 country. But you know what went up? The cost of housing doubled. Food went up, doubling the number of people in food bank lineups, and they doubled the national debt. So, why not an affordable budget for an affordable life by getting rid of the industrial carbon tax on food and homes for a change?
The Honourable Secretary of State for Financial Institutions.
Mr. Speaker, you can't make this up. That member's been in this House for 20 years. He's sat in opposition now for 10 years and has not supported one affordability measure this government has put forward. Mr. Speaker, we have cut taxes for 22 million Canadians. We have cut the tax for first-time home buyers. We are moving forward, Mr. Speaker, for automatic federal benefits, getting benefits of 5.5 million Canadians. They do nothing but vote against affordability measures. He's been in this House for 20 years. He has produced nothing. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member for Saint Jean. Mr. Speaker, we're 24 hours away from the budget, and the government still hasn't moved beyond threatening to call an election. And frankly, the public is not impressed. It voted for a minority government, and a minority government works with other parties to get its budget passed. The government has 3 potential supporters to choose from. So it's ridiculous that with only 24 hours to go before the budget, the Liberals still aren't negotiating and they're content to threaten an election at Christmas. Will they finally respect the will of the people and get to work? The Honourable Government House Leader. Mr. Speaker, I think that the member wouldn't mind if I congratulate all of the candidates for the municipal elections in Quebec and the winners that were on the platforms yesterday. In terms of our talks, the member knows full well that we've had wonderful discussions with her leader, with her and other members of her team. We're listening, and we have listened, as well as the 44 Quebec members from the Liberal Party, and we're listening to the opposition, including the Bloc, and I hope that everyone will see their aspirations reflected in the budget. The honourable member for Saint Jean. Mr. Speaker, they're listening, but they're not hearing. People don't want an election, but what they did want was a minority government, and if they had wanted the Liberals to behave like monarchs, they would have given them both hands on the wheel. But for 3 consecutive elections, voters have been telling them, work with the opposition and negotiate. 2019, 2021, 2025, same result. And here they are again, threatening elections instead of working. After 3 elections and just 24 hours before the budget, isn't it time for the Liberals to get the message? The Honourable Government House Leader. Mr. Speaker, the government was elected 6 months ago, and 6 months to come up with a budget plan to build Quebec and create opportunities for Quebecers and Canadians across the country from one coast to another. Well, there will be projects in this budget tomorrow, an investment that will be there. It will create opportunities for young people and people from Quebec and elsewhere. And I think Bloc members, just like all the other members in this House, will see their aspirations and hopes for Canada reflected in a document that will build Canada. Thank you.